Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about a little small update in the market, and we're going to be talking about a bunch of new orders coming from the one, the only Mr. Trump. So President Trump is basically having all sorts of announcements recently. So let's go through some of these and see what's going on. So we got a message from Baron Trump saying the world is not ready for what's about to happen. This was yesterday about noon. So under 24 hours ago. And then we got an announcement that a sovereign wealth fund is being created. So it sounds like we might get a Bitcoin strategic reserve and we might get a sovereign wealth fund. Other countries have these. It's basically you just purchase assets. You could be, S&P 500. It could be stocks. It could be cryptocurrency. He could even put altcoins in the sovereign wealth fund, and then also Bitcoin in the Bitcoin strategic reserve. So that's an option. Or it could be a crypto reserve and a sovereign wealth fund for stocks. So yeah, let's see what he has to say about it.
To begin a process that will hopefully result in the creation of an American sovereign wealth fund.
It's a very exciting event. We're going to have a sovereign wealth fund, which we've never had. We have a lot of things that create wealth, and you're seeing that over the last 2 weeks. I think we've created more wealth. Other people have created de-wealth, the people, my predecessors. We're creating a lot of wealth.
It's interesting. So here is the gentleman basically run by two Bitcoin hodlers as well. So basically saying that the people that have created this sovereign wealth fund, I think this is one of the gentlemen here talking about every time Bitcoin dips, I'm going to be the buyer. So very interesting. Here's another little.
And when we do America's own sovereign wealth fund, to invest in great national endeavors for the benefit of all of the American people. Why don't we have a wealth fund? Other countries have wealth funds. We have nothing. We have nothing. We're going to have a sovereign wealth fund, or we can name it something different. I'll talk about it with Mr. Paulson.
So there we go. He's saying he's going to invest in things, and basically he said it could go to things like roads or whatever, pay against the debt. So it can be used for a lot of different things. It's basically a way to actually generate income. And I've always said this. It's like, the United States has just taken on more debt every year, and they basically don't make any money besides taking money from, the citizens, right, in taxes. So it's kind of nice that they're finally looking in ways to actually make money, right? Tariffs can make money for the country. Sovereign wealth fund can make money for the country. Bitcoin strategic reserve can make money for the country. So very cool, very cool. Justin, Eric Trump says, in my opinion, it's a great time to add ETH. You can thank me later. He's been talking about ETH, and there's been a lot of big ETH buyers lately, for sure. Trump keeps buying ETH. He has $216 million worth of ETH. Here's the World Liberty Fi. This is I don't even really know much about them. I guess it's the company backed by Trump and a lot of the Trump family. But you can see biggest holding, $216 million in ETH. They have been purchasing millions of ETH basically every day. So you can see a lot of it here. Trump just bought 86,000 ETH worth 220 million, while retail was panic selling. It bought 421 million of ETH. And you think it can't hit 10K, so it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens here. Again, bought on the dump, been buying like crazy. So I don't know. I have a decent amount of ETH, and he is buying a lot of ETH. Maybe we're going to see the start of some of these altcoin runs. There's, of course, we need kind of the Fed to play ball. We do have some information today coming at 10 from the Fed, the JOLTS job openings. So this is how many job openings are being added. The previous was 8.09 and the forecast is 8, so slightly down. We'll see what the actual comes in at. That is 10 a.m. And we'll see what happens in the stock market open. So this was the very bottom that we saw in Bitcoin, about 91,200. And we saw some very large volume. The price is going up, the volume is going down, which is unfortunate. But I have a feeling that once the market opens yet again, just like yesterday, you can see the price pumped very hugely. It pumped a lot when the market opened yesterday. So we'll see if we see a similar reaction today. We'll get some announcements maybe today from the president, some other things going on. The tariffs were somewhat resolved. So that was interesting. What else we got going on? If let me just pull up my Bitunix and show you some of the trades I have going on. I opened some trades yesterday at the lows and then kind of recently closed them. So I actually just pulled up my stop loss, so it was pretty tight. And when things pulled back earlier, I took some profits. So I did get a little bit of profits here. 900 bucks SPX, Aave, Neo, just a couple dollars, ENS, couple dollars, just trying to claw back some of the losses that we had from that big dip. I didn't get anything liquidated, thankfully, but I'm in the negative on a lot of stuff. So just, made some small trades just to make back a little bit of cash. I'm still down freaking 27 grand right now. So it's not looking too good, but Bitcoin was positive yesterday. My entry price is right about 100,000. So we're only down a tiny bit. Sui's down, Doge down, Aave, SPX I'm getting just wrecked on. So I'm hoping that one comes back. Litecoin, we might get an announcement for a ETF for Litecoin. We might get one for Solana. We might get one for XRP. So I'm holding positions in the 3 of those. ETH already has one, obviously. I just opened another position on ETH and a small position on Trump because they pulled back pretty hard. So ETH, pulled back a little bit. So we added a little bit on our position here. You can see I bought some, I added some, and then I ended up closing it here in the profit. And then we have another one open here. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Good thing I sold some right before that big dip. That was painful. But yeah, let's see what happens here today. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance. We're still going up, unfortunately. We're basically above the old high. Not really. I guess we're kind of getting rejected at the old high, right about 61.5%. We did see that massive wick all the way up here to 64%. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Also, if you do the Bitcoin, ETH, and USD stablecoin dominance, you can see we tapped this 82% line, which usually is what we need to do to possibly move in the other direction. Now, last time we did go a little bit higher, so that is a possibility as well. There could be more pain for altcoins, hopefully not. The whole total 3 here, which is everything besides the top 10, had a massive wick. It touched this channel that we've been bouncing off for a very long time. You can see this channel goes all the way back to here. So 2017, this channel goes. Obviously, it's not a perfect channel, but you can see we've been kind of obeying that channel pretty good for quite some time. So as you can see, this is also in the up direction, which is nice. And then when you get to the market tops, you usually see a big pullout out of this. So, and if you notice, you don't really go below this very often, right? So if you go below this, usually it's a great time to buy. So it's kind of an interesting chart, actually, now that I'm looking at it more in depth. But you can see every time we pulled below this chart, it's really a good time to buy. And then when we're coming up above this chart, we could see something like this here. So if we draw lines like this, we go like this, and we kind of just follow the same pattern right here. You can see that if we're, that's a big bump from here, 950%. So if we get into a massive, we're in a bull market right now, but we haven't seen the real big euphoric bull market yet. And this is a really interesting chart, actually, now that I'm looking at this again, right? So anytime you go below, it's a great time to buy. Anytime you go well above, it's a good time to sell. So I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Let's draw this line a little bit more through the close. What happened there? There we go. And we'll draw it through the top of the candle close there. And there we go. Yeah. So we're seeing just a little bit of diminishing returns here. So we'll see. That's a big jump, though. That's a big jump, guys. That's almost 1,000%. So pretty cool there. All right, let's look at some of the coins, see how they're doing. So Solana held up the best out of any of them. I actually was still in the green yesterday, even though my position was opened, the other day, right? So even with this huge bump, look at, we came right back up and actually we go to like a 12-hour candle. You can see we dumped down and we got a nice little blast off. We're up almost 20%, but we saw about a 23% bump. But this one didn't, Solana did not drop as much as the others. Render and FET are absolutely just miserable, destroyed, dead. ETH saw a very big pullback as well. We lost a lot of major support that took us a lot of time to build up, but that doesn't mean that can't change instantaneously. You get one big announcement, you get a Bitcoin strategic reserve, you get a crypto wealth fund, you get whatever, and you could watch this number just smash right through the all-time high like it's not even there. So it can also dump the same like we saw yesterday. Although, you know, I went through all the reasons why I think yesterday was market manipulation. But yeah, BNB holding up fairly well. It didn't see a massive dump. You know, it's still only, it only went about 36% past the all-time high. And right now it's only down about 25%. So nothing crazy. What else do we have going on? AVAX I'm interested in as well. It's pretty oversold in my opinion. ENS is one that I'm really watching. It has some great price action. I'm a huge fan of ENS. It has a lot of real world use cases. It's on the Ethereum platform, of course, because it's called Ethereum name service. So if you see Ethereum pump, you'll see this one pump as well. ADA, I had a position open yesterday and it just closed in the profit. XRP had a massive dump after seeing some very good price performance. I talked about Litecoin. Some people were able to buy this at basically $80, which is pretty freaking sweet. SPX, I have a big trade in. This one is kind of making a lower low, which is unfortunate. Yeah, is what it is. Hopefully that one comes back. And Trump coin just bleeding like crazy. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for the video. Just wanted to kind of go through some of the news, what we got potentially happening today. We got some Fed news and we have some sovereign wealth funds and whatever else going. So hopefully we get some big announcements and smash us back up to the upside. We will see. The good news is this was overall, it was a higher low. So that's good news. That's what we want to see every time we see pullbacks. And that's it for the video. Have a great day, everyone. If you want to sign up for Bitunix, use the link below. Great exchange. I'm might be one of the only people who didn't get liquidated because of all the different multi-asset modes you can use on Bitunix to protect your downside. But I'm still in a big loss, of course, but we're going to make that up hopefully. And that's gonna be it for the video. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment below. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.